Oh, hello there. This is Brother Jerry Van Runk from Team Jesus Ministries with a slice of toast from the Bread of Life. How are you today? You know, I've been contemplating looking at the ministry and life around me with all the troubles that are going on. And as I was reading 1 Corinthians chapter 4, I came to the place where I realized I can't compare myself to Billy Graham or Oral Roberts or some other minister, that God chose me for who I am. And you know, God chose you for who you are. You can't compare yourself to some other ministry or some other person. You have to be the person that God chose you to be. And so Paul is writing to the church in Corinthians here in chapter 4, and he says, you know, a man ought to account of us as ministers of Christ and as stewards of the mysteries of God. They need to look at us and understand that we're ministers. No matter what's going on around us, if we're preaching the gospel and ministering Jesus, that we're ministers, and we're called to that. But he says, listen to this. He said, moreover, it is required that a steward, that's us, stewards, the people who are serving God, that a man be found faithful. But with me, it's a very small thing, he says, whether you judge to be judged by you or man's judgment. I do not judge myself, for I know nothing by myself, yet I am hereby justified, but he that judges me is the Lord. I wanted to ask you a question this morning from the heart. Are you doing what you are doing because you're a servant of Jesus Christ and you turn to him for your provision, your healing, and those things that you need? Do you allow him to come in and put the words in and let him minister what he wants? Or are you conscious and worried about what you might say and how people might take it, or what you don't have that they might look down upon you? Those are all things that we don't be judged like the world is judged. It doesn't matter if you live in a mansion or drive a big car or have 1,000 acres of land. What matters is, have you been a faithful servant to Jesus Christ? Team Jesus is about being a servant. We're about serving him to the best of our abilities. And you know, a servant doesn't go out and make decisions on their own. They listen for their master's voice. Jesus said in John, he said, my sheep know my voice. And I want you to know that you know what Jesus is saying to you. It's time that we get back to those things of God and we hang on to them and realize that God is in control. And it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what Jesus thinks about you. Hey, this is Brother Jerry with a slice of toast. God bless you today. May he enrich your life tremendously.